Real football is just around the corner, and with that brings roster cut down day. So on today's show, I'm going to give you my 53-man roster projection for the Green Bay Packers with just about 24 hours left until these are finalized. And that's where we start with this reminder, okay? Because this roster must be cut down from 90 to 53 by 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Now, that doesn't mean we'll know the 53-man roster. Doesn't mean it's going to be released. It just means that's when Green Bay has to turn it in to the NFL. And as we sit today, no cuts have been made yet, okay? And when they do, don't worry. We'll have you covered right here on the Packers Report. At the quarterback position, this one is simple, should be simple, and will always be simple as long as these two are in your room. Number 1, Jordan Love. Number 2, Malik Willis. Like some stuff from Taylor Elgersma. Like some stuff from Sean Clifford. Obviously not a lot to give them a roster spot, even though they played pretty decent in the preseason. Jordan will be ready to go week 1. That's not confirmed. I'm kind of just speaking it into existence because everything we've heard so far has kind of trended towards him being 100% ready to go against the Lions. We all remember he had that thumb procedure just a couple of weeks ago. And Matt LaFleur, after the game on Saturday, said the plan is for the Packers to not practice the next 2 days, meaning Sunday and today on Monday. They'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and LaFleur is hoping Jordan Love can take snaps by then. Now, he has been practiced all the end of last week, practiced in the joint practice against the Seattle Seahawks. But every snap from shotgun, he started in his hands. Every snap from under center, he started on a stool. Okay, so they're trying to get him back into the full swing of things and into actually taking these snaps. We got more projections coming up in just a second, but make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because I know training camp is officially over, but this thing's so good, we've all decided to keep it going one more day. And we're only down 7 subscribers from Bears now. This is the final day of our training camp sub battle, so I need you guys to help me out. Subscribe, help us get to the top of the NFC North. And also the Vikings, they're on our tail, only down 9 subs from us. This thing's heated, it's close, and that's because you guys are the best. So if you want to do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button. It's free and locks you in for daily coverage of your favorite team. To the running back room we go. I think they take 3 here, okay? It's Josh Jacobs, Chris Brooks, and Emanuel Wilson. Now, things are going to change whenever Marshawn Lloyd comes back into the fold. However, we all know that's not going to be at least for a little while. Matt LaFleur last week said that he's going to miss some time due to a hamstring injury. And let's be real. With everything we've seen from Marshawn Lloyd in the past, 15, 16 months of him being a Green Bay Packer, who's to say he doesn't just come back and then leave again? I hate to say it, but he struggles with injuries. I think he'd be a wonderful player if he's fully healthy, but that's the problem. He's rarely fully healthy. Now, in terms of Amar Johnson and Israel Abanikanda and even Davis Price as well, they just didn't show enough in the preseason. I thought that Amar and Izzy, if they had an ability to go out there and just take this team by storm and they proved to be really, really good, they could take Emanuel Wilson or Chris Brooks' spot, or hell, maybe even make Matt LaFleur say, you know what, we need 4 running backs on this roster, but they didn't do that, so I think they only go with 3. Wide receiver, I think this is a room that only takes 6, okay? Now, I wouldn't be 100% shocked if they took 7, but these are the 6 that we're rolling with right now. Jayden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Matthew Golden, Dontayvion Wicks, Keisean Williams, and I've got Mecole Hardman taking up that last wide receiver spot. It's either going to be Mecole Hardman or Malik Heath, and I just think that Mecole Hardman had a little bit better of a preseason. You know, Malik Heath struggled with drops, and outside of the muffed punt from Mecole Hardman, I really liked what he showed throughout those 3 games, okay? Christian Watson will start the season, not on IR. That's my bad right there. He's probably going to start it on PUP list, which means he's going to be out the first 4 weeks, definitely. They could bring him back for week 6 because, remember, week 5 is their bye week, okay? But they feel like he's good in his rehab so far. They feel like he's good enough to just have to put him on PUP, not put him on IR, because I think that they expect that, you know what, maybe after week 6, he's going to be willing, able, and ready to roll for this roster and for this team. When it comes to Mecole and Malik, who would you rather have that final roster spot? If it's Heath, type 18 in the comment section down below. But if you'd rather have Mecole Hardman make it, go ahead, get in the comment section, and give me a 6. Let's go to the tight end room. I have them taking 4 right now because John Fitzpatrick and Ben Sims both had really, really good preseasons. So I have Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgraves, Ben Sims and John Fitzpatrick. I wouldn't be shocked if they only ended up taking up 3. Like, if they can't decide between Mecole Hardman and Malik Heath, and they'd rather take 7 wide receivers and 3 tight ends, that wouldn't be that surprising. But regardless, like, I really, really like this room. I really, really like especially those top 2 guys. We all know what Tucker Kraft is. We all know what he can be. We all know what he showed us last season. But Luke Musgrave, at the end of preseason and that joint practice against Seattle Seahawks, he showed us everything that he has the potential to be. And let me tell you, I got excited about it. Let's talk offensive line now. We know there was a change last night with a trade for Darian Kennard. Of course, we had that covered right here on the channel. Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, Aaron Banks, Elgin Jenkins, Zach Tom, Sean Ryan, Anthony Belton, Jacob Monk, Kadeem Telfort, and Darian Kennard. They're the 10 offensive linemen that I think I see this team take. I don't think they go with 9. I don't think they're happy enough with their offensive line depth to go with 9. But let's talk about the starters for a second, because that battle for left tackle, to be the starting left tackle on this team, I think it's going to be electric. Okay? I think that Jordan Morgan showed us enough in the preseason to get that nod and to be that starter, but who knows? They just might feel better at the end of the day to start the season off with Rasheed Walker there. Who do you think starts at left tackle? Is it Walker or is it Morgan? Type their initials down below in the comment section. Let me know who you think it is. Of course, type an RW or type a JM. It's a new week here on the Packers Report, but we still got our same old friends, and they're still giving you the same great deal, of course, only on Underdog. Football is here, ladies and gentlemen. Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Let's cut to the chase. If you don't download the app today and sign up with promo code Packers Report, you score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. And guys, I don't just watch football anymore, because when I watch football and play with Underdog, it is 1,000 times more fun. And we all know I'm a big Tennessee Volunteer fan, so I had to put my Vols in here. Give me the higher on Joey Aguilar passing touchdowns, the higher on Deshaun Bishop rushing yards, their game against Syracuse. And then, of course, I had to put Arch Manning in here as well. Big kickoff, Ohio State, Texas. He's a lot more athletic than his uncles are. So give me the higher on rushing yards, 17.5. Download the app today and sign up with promo code Packers Report to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code Packers Report. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playingitterms_DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. Now to the defensive line. Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Carl Brooks, Nazir Stackhouse, Warren Brinson, Rashawn Gary, Kingsley Enagbari, Lucas Van Ness, Brenton Cox Jr., and Baron Sorrell. So, of that group, you see 10 people, you don't see one certain person, and that's Colby Wooden, okay? So if this projection holds true, that would mean that Colby Wooden doesn't make the final 53-man roster. I know that would surprise some people. He'd be a hard guy to leave off. But I just think there's enough guys that have a higher ceiling ahead of him. What I do like about this depth chart when it comes to the defensive linemen, there's a lot of consistent depth in this group. What I mean by that is there's not that big of a drop-off as I think you usually see across the NFL in starters to the second strings. Now, there is definitely still a drop-off. That's why the other guys are starters, and that's why the other guys are backups. But still, I like what they have in the depth position for Green Bay. And I've loved what I've seen from Nazir Stackhouse. That's why I have him as the undrafted free agent that makes his final roster. His run defense is phenomenal. He showed out in training camp. He showed out in preseason. He's done everything needed of him to do to make this roster. On to the linebacker room, okay? Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, Isaiah McDuffie, Tyron Hopper, and Isaiah McDuffie's the only Isaiah I have making this linebacker room because Kristian Welch takes up my 40th roster spot and the last for the linebackers. I think Welch ends up making it over Simmons, okay? I think Simmons had all of the benefit of the doubt when it came to his roster spot when he got signed. I think everybody was really excited about him, Jeff Hafley included. But the preseason, let's call it what it was kind of a disaster for Isaiah Simmons. And because of that, Kristian Welch actually played really, really good. He's going to take that final spot from him. Cornerbacks, the position group that nobody can stop talking about over this offseason. Keisean Nixon, Nate Hobbs, Carrington Valentine, Bo Melton, Kalen King, and Corey Ballantyne make out my 6 corners, okay? I don't love this room one bit. I like it. I think they're fine. I think it can be, and I think it needs to be a lot better. Like, at the end of the day, I would not be surprised if this team makes a wide receiver trade for the trade deadline and brings in some type of a cornerback. And I wouldn't be shocked if there's no Ballantyne. Like, if they ended up taking 5 corners and then 5 safeties over 6 and 4, that wouldn't be surprising to me of the least. But I think in a position group that you really don't have anybody that you're super confident in, the more you have guys out there as options and depth pieces, I think the better for your team. Let me know, what's the weakest position group for Green Bay? Okay, I think it's the cornerback room. You might disagree, though. So let me know whatever you think it is in the comment section down below. For the safeties, I haven't taken 4 because I haven't taken 6 corners. So Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, Javon Bullard, and Zane Anderson, they're going to round out your top 4 safeties. Okay, I liked a lot of what I saw from Zane. I've talked a lot about Javon Bullard throughout this offseason. I think he can be a surprise, kind of really good player for Green Bay, and I just love this group as a whole. I love Evan Williams. I love Xavier McKinney. I think outside of Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and Matthew Golden, I think Xavier McKinney is my favorite player on this team. Everything he did last season, he was kind of a season-changing person for this group, for this defense, with all the turnovers he caused. I hope he's able to at least replicate that somewhat in 2025. Let's round this thing out with the specialists, okay? Because kickers are people too, especially when they kick as well as Brandon McManus does. He takes up the 51st spot. Daniel Whalen takes up the 52nd. And, of course, Matt Orzech takes up the 53rd and final roster spot. Grade that roster for me. Give them an A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. Right now, I think I'm giving that group, that roster, probably a B+. A lot of holes in the cornerback room. The defensive line's going to have to show me something outside of the fact that they just got a lot of consistently good people. I need to see some great people. But other than that, I think the addition of Matthew Golden, having Josh Jacobs and a guy like Jordan Love being back in this roster fully healthy, that makes up for a lot of the difference on the other side of the ball. Make sure you got me followed on social media. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Joey Petersen 8 on both those platforms. It's imperative you got me there, okay? Anytime breaking news happens, I have it covered on Twitter before I have it covered here on the channel because, frankly, it's a lot faster to do it that way. The links are going to be in the comment section and description of today's video. Also, make sure you're subscribed for daily updates on your Green Bay Packers.